Good morning. Welcome to round two of Just for Today. I noticed that when I started the initial live stream, we were not connected with Facebook. So the only way that I could see to rectify that was to start over. So here we are. Good morning. Welcome to 300. No, nope. Welcome to Just for Today, a time of eclectic reading, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister of the newly joined Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Columbia and Greater Baltimore. Today is October 8th. And again, this morning I am reading from The Voice of Knowledge, a Toltec wisdom book written by Don Miguel Ruiz with Janet Mills. And this morning I opened it up to page 18, and this is where my eyes landed. So this is what we're going to read today. You know, most people around the world believe that there is a great conflict in the universe, a conflict between good and evil. Well, this is not true. It's true that there is a conflict, but the conflict only exists in the human mind, not in the universe. It's not true for the plants or the animals. It's not true for the stars or the trees or the rest of nature. It's only true for humans. And the conflict in the human mind is not really between good and evil. The real conflict in our mind is between the truth and what is not the truth, between the truth and lies. Good and evil are just the result of that conflict. The result of believing in the truth is goodness, love, and happiness. When we live, when you live your when, when you live your life in truth, you feel good and your life is wonderful. The result of believing in lies and defending those lies creates what you call evil. It creates fanaticism. Believing in lies creates all of the injustices, all of the violence and abuse, all of the suffering, not only in society, but also in the individual. The universe is as simple as it is or it is not. But humans complicate everything. And even as I read that last line, I hear one of the southern idioms that go through my mind frequently is yins can complicate a toothpick. And we can. We have the ability to rationalize the most outrageous sorts of nonsense and call it intelligence. One of the things I love most about the teachings of science of mind, of metaphysics in general, is that the only thing we need to heal is our sense of separation, is that foundational understanding that creation simply is, and that there's only one source, one substance, if you will, out of which everything is made. So everything has to contain what it's made out of, right? And science is beginning to prove that. I mean, we know about the quantum field, and we know that when we get to the edges of it, it's just continuously expanding. And we know that, the simplest explanation in quantum physics is that observation collapses energy into form. And that aligns with the teachings of science of mind that thought is creative. It's just a different way to say the same thing. And ultimately, we each get to dance with our understanding of that. And as a minister, one of the things I really am committed to doing is having the conversation so that we can all understand it on our own journey, to get away from all the jargon and to really dig in with our own perspectives and our own words and our own understanding to unravel this mystery of life that ultimately isn't a mystery to us at all. Right? It, it's in us, so it's not a mystery to us, but it is mysterious to our awareness of who we are. And the only way I have ever improved my awareness is by making space to challenge what I think I know, to explore what I think I know. We're all raised on this reward punishment paradigm. So we're all raised in this physical realm with this deep generational belief in separation, in opposites. There's a heaven, there's a hell, there's a God, there's Satan, there's good, there's bad. There's the haves, there's the have-nots. Whatever version of it we're practicing, we're practicing separation. And the practice of separation only separates us more. And I love that he says this line about the real conflict in our mind is between the truth and what is not the truth, between the truth and lies. Good and evil are just the result of that conflict. They're effects of separation. And I love that he doesn't say your truth or my truth, because truth is just truth. Truth belongs to everybody, right? Nobody has a market on what's true. And I think we, in our defense, where he talks about where we defend, there it is. The result of believing in lies and defending those lies creates what you call evil. It creates fanaticism. And I think that's what we're experiencing right now in this physical realm, is this huge battle of fanaticism. And I'll just speak for myself. When I elevate my view to that, to use the phrase, the 30,000 foot level, I see the divide, I see the division, and I see both doing the same thing. If we just, if we, political parties, both parties are doing the same thing. Add a third political party, all three are doing the same thing. Pointing fingers at each other, arguing for what they believe is true, arguing for power grabs based in separation, based in the lies that the more power we have, the more powerful we are, which is just inaccurate. And I love that he relates it to nature, because I'm having a really tender journey with my dogs right now. They're in their 16th year of life, and their bodies are beginning to fail, and they're beginning to fail at different rates. But what I'm noticing is that they're not bothered by it. They're not making their physical journey negative. They're not doing anything to change it. They're simply being fully present with it. And the essence of them is 100% fully present. Their personality is untouched by their journey with their physical body. They're not relating to any of it as good or bad, right or wrong, illness or health. They're simply being present with the truth of what is. That's available to us. But we have to be willing to let go of the lies. We have to be willing to stop ourselves, to go within, and to know that what is true about ourselves is true about everybody. We have to stop the battle of differences and the embrace that everybody is a unique expression of one thing, and that that's intentional and by design. That's what's available to us. And what a magical world we will experience when we get there. And I say when we get there because I believe we will. I don't know when. I sure as heck don't know how. But I know we will. And I appreciate that we're sharing the journey together. So that's what's alive in me. And I think I've gotten into this pattern of redoing the reading before we go into our meditation. And I think I will do that again this morning. So that we take it into that time of quiet, just simply being present with it. So here's the reading. You know, most people around the world believe there is a great conflict in the universe, a conflict between good and evil. Well, this is not true. It's true that there is a conflict, but the conflict only exists in the human mind, not in the universe. It's not true for the plants or the animals. It's not true for the stars or the trees or the rest of nature. It's only true for humans. And the conflict in the human mind is not really good and evil. The real conflict in our mind is between the truth and what is not the truth, between the truth and lies. Good and evil are just the result of the conflict. The result of believing in the truth is goodness, love, and happiness. When you live your life in truth, you feel good and your life is wonderful. The result of believing in lies and defending these lies creates what you call evil. It creates fanaticism. Believing in lies creates all of the injustice, all of the violence and abuse, all of the suffering, not only in society, but also the individual. The universe is as simple as it is or it is not. But humans complicate everything. So let's take that into our meditation and contemplation. So with this breath, I go deeper within to a higher vibration. I recognize one substance that is the source of all life. And so in recognizing the one substance, I recognize there is one life. I recognize there is one creation that is the very substance of life, expressing itself in multiplicity. No two expressions intended to be the same. And so in recognizing the truth of creation expressing in multiplicity, I recognize that creation is diversity. Intentional, purposeful, expanding its expression and experience of itself, manifesting infinite possibility in form. I am that. And what is true of me is true of every expression of creation. Each one filled with the substance that each is made from, empowered with the agency of the creative process out of which we are each formed. Each an aspect of the harmonious operation of one body, of a wholeness, of a completeness, of a perfection. Whether I call it the universe, creation, God, Buddha, Allah, the great mystery, spirit, divine, I am that, and all life is that. And so I claim and affirm an experience of the truth of being through awareness of the truth of being. A release of every lie that impedes that awareness. There is no evil in the substance of creation. There is simply life. And so I claim and affirm an awareness, an anchoring into life. And as I anchor into that truth of life, the lie of separation falls away. I claim and affirm that awareness in every area of this physical journey. I claim and affirm a moment-to-moment, breath-to-breath awareness that infinite mind is the mind of all. That it is not my brain. It is beyond this physical body. It is the infinite allness. It is that substance. I lift up Chris in her journey of healing those thoughts of separation along her physical journey and embrace of the process of aging in this physical realm. I lift up and celebrate her intention, her awareness, her commitment to healing all sense of separation lifting up her process of releasing all negative labels of her body and her process. I claim and affirm absolute healing, a revealing of truth, a revealing of God, a revealing of creation itself in, through, and as her journey, every messy moment of the journey. And I celebrate. I celebrate that the activity of creation, law, operates the same for everybody, everything, every thought, every desire, every prayer, every breath. It simply receives it and responds to exactly what it's given, without hesitation, without qualification. No strings attached. It simply makes it so. And so I know that the word spoken is already fulfilled. It's already done. So I can let go. I can let go of all the thoughts that would impede the full manifestation. I let go of all the doubt, all the what ifs, all the yes buts that would neutralize the desire of the heart to express. I let it all go. I release, fully believing, fully knowing that it's already done. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amin. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.